Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. Now today we are actually going to be jumping into the future a bit here, because this is something I actually have seen a few times recently this week in my comment section, and it's just something I forgot about, really. Like, I know it's up and coming, but today we are going to be talking about Bob's True Tales, which is the second expansion pass through ARK Survival. Well, I say second, actually third expansion pass for ARK Survival Ascended, because we had Bob's Tall Tales first, we then have had the Lost Colony expansion pass, and then next year for Genesis Part 2, we will be getting Bob's True Tales. Now, we are going to be watching the little bit of a teaser, which, you know, you guys can see actually in the game right now. Some people may not have seen this if they haven't, like, Ascended or anything like that, or, you know, even watched it themselves. Also, we're going to be reading a massive, like, quality of life thing that this person posted, and I thought it deserved a little bit of spotlight. So we're going to be going through that and really seeing what we're going to be getting with Bob's True Tales with Genesis Part 1 and 2. So according to Studio Wildcard, it is going to be completely revamped from the way we've known Genesis Part 1 and 2 from the past on ASE. So if you do enjoy today's video, as always, drop a like, subscribe, come and join us in the LoadedCrysis cluster. The Discord is always linked down below for our free servers on the road to Valguero coming very soon. And let's get in with the video. So we are going to sit and watch the little teaser, because we haven't actually done this together, and then we can really dive into it afterwards, and then we will read through the other bits of information that I wanted to show you. So let's get into it.
You really did it?
I did have a little help. Actually, your dad. Well, he paid the big price to save everyone.
You mean he died there?
That's right, kid. As much as I like to take credit, your dad's the bona fide hero here. The real deal. When the chips were down and things looked real bad, Santiago never gave an inch.
I didn't know.
Santiago being Vin Diesel.
He's kind of the strong, silent type. No Jimmy Cagney, that's for sure.
All these secrets. Why couldn't he just tell me?
Vin
Well,
Diesel.
that's just the thing, kid. Nobody
And
knows
HLA.
why we're all here now on this new world, when we were there before on Earth. I think, well, I better not tell you my crap.
Something I want to quickly butt in here is when they say, who knows, kid, why, you know, who knows, right? So, well, that's just the thing, kid. Nobody knows why we're all here now on this new world before Earth. So, obviously, Lost Colony bridges the gap between, so Extinction, Lost Colony, which is a Rat Prime, then Genesis. So, I'm guessing, and then ARK 2. So, I'm guessing with this change, they're talking about how we've gone from Earth being on the Genesis ship and getting to this world, which is the Genesis land. My guess, I think.
Well, I better not tell you my crackpot ideas. But your dad's been trying to protect you until we figure out what the heck's going on here. Anyhow, those are the kind of tough calls a chief's gotta make.
I wish you'd have been chief instead. You might have let me use tech to bring my mom back.
Ah, kid. I didn't know your mom. But your dad, I mean, I'm sure he knows what she'd have wanted.
You knew my mom, dummy. Diana.
Oh. Oh. Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna bring her back. You'll see. I'm gonna find a way. No matter what.
So, yep. To be continued in Bob's True Tales. So, I really like that, because obviously, I think as this year especially, I've really dived into the lore a lot more. I've always known a lot about the lore, but I think ever since they did the Lost Colony season pass, I've sort of, as I said, dived a lot back into it. You know, since we watched the trailer of the expansion pass, and obviously seeing how Mika, you know, is going through and seeing, because right now in the stage we are, if it was real time, in the ARK universe, Mika is in ARK 2. And obviously that is where we're all leading to very soon, but that's probably coming 2027. But right now, where we are in the storyline is we are in Extinction. Yeah, we're in Extinction, right? Because that's where we're at now, the ending of this, and we're building towards a Rat Prime. So when we land there in December, we then will build onto the world of the Genesis, and we'll be boarding the Genesis ship, which will lead us, obviously, to the launch of ARK 2. Now, the launch of ARK 2, I do believe we will see something at the end of the Lost Colony map. I'm sure they'll have a little bit of a trailer like this, and that's what it's all building up to, so I'm looking forward to it. Right, we're going to go through this. Lost Colony and or Bob's True Tales suggested items for quality of life. And this is from Kalian556. A shout out to you. So, with Lost Colony coming this year, supposedly in December, and Bob's True Tales launching alongside... Well, no, so Bob's True Tales, they say or after, so yeah, Bob's True Tales is launching with, I mean, this would have been posted earlier on, so they might not have known it, but that's launching with Genesis. I'd like to suggest some items I have wished for the game without the use of mods. Most of these are PvE and single player focused, but they do have some benefits in PvP also. First, more armed and or weaponized armored saddles or more tech saddles like the Andrewsuchus or the Tropio that we're still waiting on, which obviously Fjordur's going to be a little while away. Fjordur's actually coming after Genesis. Saddles that can be placed on existing dinos that can alter their function either dramatically or slightly, or passively improve their attack/defense. Number 1, the Dire Wolf Tech Saddle that can detect hidden/cloaked creatures using the sniff, in addition to locating explorer notes at greater distances or by changing modes. Creates a holographic pack of 4 direwolves that follow mirror projector movements, but their position is random and the leader might not necessarily be the wolf at the front. That confuses the enemy AI and humans, so there's a 1 in 5 chance that the target you're aiming for is the real one. That's pretty cool. The Raptor Tech Saddle definitely fits with Mei Yin and her raptors. The tech saddle that greatly increases the raptor's running speed in a special mode that uses element. That's pretty cool. Saber Tech Saddle. Tech saddle that allows Saber to cloak and enable thermal vision for the rider when mounted. Turreted weapon saddles. More varied weaponized saddles. Saddles for cannons or RPGs or sniper rifles. Or even a saddle that can fire tranks/shock darts to help with taming. Air, land, and sea variants. Spiked armor saddles cover, I mean, you know, a lot of this stuff. We got some of this stuff with Extinction. But you know, still would be cool. And then more heavily armored saddles. So saddles that provide twice the armor of regular saddles, but also negates the attacks that ignore armor, reduces damage from fire. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, you know, more heavily armored saddles. Second, more advanced versions of different weapons that have more effect, especially on dinos. So improved underwater tranks like a shock harpoon, an upgrade to the trank harpoon, or more improved faster reload, blah blah blah. A trank turret, and an anti-dino ammunition for long neck rifles. Anti-dino, right, so deals more damage to wild... Okay, right, I get what you mean. Yeah, so like more damage to the wild creatures. Third, a structure to modify baby dinos. A genetic I can never say that, but I'm guessing they're like basically trying to make this Jurassic... They're trying to make this Jurassic world here. So, I mean, that would be cool, right, in the future for ARK Survival Ascended to have, like, more sort of control over changing the DNAs and being able to form your own dinosaurs. That would be insane if Wildcard ever did that. I mean, I wouldn't want it to go to the... I mean, I like having being able to use your imagination, but, you know, I wouldn't want to just constantly... I think it would kill the vibe of just having, you know, your Rexes, your Spinos and stuff if people were just coming out with these, like, D-Rexes from Jurassic World. I think it's cool to have a limit on it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. Fourth, more vehicles. A mini SUV tech-derived personal submachine that requires element to run. That's very that's a pretty... Do you know what I would actually like? And I know, obviously, you know, with like the Shastasaurus, you know, saddle and things like that. But what I'd actually like is being able to move in... There are kind of... Alright, it's kind of like what I've already said that is in the game. Mobile sea base is kind of what I was going to say. I'd quite like to have something that I could like... maybe move like a robotic across the, you know, move robotic across the seabed in my mobile base and then land and just live there. And you can kind of do that already, but I think like, yeah, this mobile sea base, tech inspired submarine, like an ocean platform that is able to move. Oh, so this is kind of what I was just thinking in my head. So this person obviously has similar idea there. And then airship, like the Oasisaur, but a tech inspired flight capable of vehicle similar in operation to the mobile sea base. When landed or stationary, it can produce power. I mean, yeah, the thing with ARK right now with airships is, by the way, airships have been talked about to come to the game for literally since the beginning. They've talked about airship and airship bases. If you guys are an OG LoadedCrysis follower, you will know I've talked about that, because they used to have a page called potential upcoming features and they would update it on the wiki, and that was always one for such a long time and it never came. And I just think because as much as the maps are getting bigger in Ascended, right, which is great, but still, when you're flying in creative mode, you are sort of limited to the space of the border of the map. So if that ever sort of gets to a point where it grows, right, and you know, within more technology, we get that kind of more freedom, I do think it would be awesome to have kind of bigger airships that you can look up and see in the sky, and they look quite far away, and you have to fly your dinos up to land on these airship bases. I think that would be cool. But you wouldn't want them taking up too much of the sky, because right now I just don't think it'd be feasible with, you know, the sky kind of limiting. I mean, Asterisk potentially, yeah, I'll let you guys know. Well, I want you guys to let me know what you think about that. But yeah, I'm sure Wildcard already have some amazing ideas for Lost Colony and Bob's True Tales, and I definitely think there's going to be more vehicles. I think one of the most things I'm excited for with Lost Colony in December is the fact that, like, we haven't had our first paid expansion pack in years. And, you know, when you really think about it, it was Gen 2. That was so many years ago. Was Gen 2 2021 or 2022? I feel like it was 2021 in my head, because I was playing a game called Man-Eater on the Xbox, sitting on my old sofa. I'm about to move place, if you guys didn't know. Many, many memories in this place for this channel here. And I was waiting for Gen 2 to release, and I was constantly updating you guys. Then I was going back to playing some Man-Eater, and then and it just brings back so many memories. But I am just so looking forward to our first new paid expansion for the game, because that means loads of new different dinos and creatures we've never seen before. So many new items. And we've had this with Bob's Tall Tales. But with Lost Colony, it's an actual paid expansion. So I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. I had fun making this one. And I'll catch you in my next video. Community Crunch tomorrow, right? And obviously, you guys loving the modded videos. So we'll have lots of that.